President Trump issues a dire warning to Hamas as he touts a controversial plan for the future of an embattled Gaza.
6 people arrested in the violent murder of a 20-year-old in North Austin. The reason police say the victim may have been targeted through social media.
Well, we start this afternoon with a live look outside where you can see all of those raindrops on our camera overlooking downtown Austin. That rain accompanied by some chilly temperatures.
And Chief Meteorologist Nick Bannon joining us now for a look at really what we can expect tonight.
Well, we're technically in a little bit of a lull now, but another round of rain and storms expected overnight into early tomorrow morning. We had plenty of rain come by today. This was video shot by our photojournalist Frank Martinez showing steady rain in and around downtown Austin. And in fact, some parts of the area picked up 2-3 inches plus of rainfall here today. Let's update you on the radar situation now, which is still drizzly for most of us. But as far as the actual rain and even some weaker thunderstorms, those are confined to our eastern counties, where widely scattered showers are continuing to lift away to the north and east. Some of these a little heavier than others, like a brief downpour right on top of you in Giddings, but nothing too significant. Of course, most of our rain came this morning in the afternoon, and certainly those amounts were aplenty, except in the hill country where we had some of the lightest rainfall totals, especially in Gillespie and Blanco counties, less than 1/10 of an inch for you, although parts of San Saba County getting more than 3/4 of an inch of rain. By far the jackpot spot, though, southern Travis County, much of Hayes County, western sections of Bastrop County, far eastern Williamson, into Milam and Lee counties, where we had 1 to 3 inches plus. Look at the airport, more than 3 inches of rain. That is a record rainfall amount for today's date there in history at the airport. And then those amounts were much lower in our eastern counties. And the air is so chilly, not cold enough for wintry precipitation, but a cold rain. Let's talk about those rain chances tonight. They do start to ramp back up. And I think we'll get another round in between about 10 p.m. and 4 a.m. before drier weather takes over into tomorrow morning. So coming up in First Warning Weather, we'll time out that round of additional rain and storms with a much warmer day tomorrow ahead of much more significant temperature swings.
All right, Nick, thank you very much. 6 people are charged with breaking into a North Austin home and brutally murdering a 20-year-old man.
As our Sam Stark reports, some of the suspects were out on bond when they allegedly committed the act.
We were able to apprehend and remove these individuals from your city within 24 hours.
On a late November night, these individuals, all in their early 20s, allegedly forced their way into a North Austin home, shot and killed Xavier Jones, assaulted a woman, and held a child at gunpoint before stealing the victim's cash and jewelry.
They had an extensive criminal history. We knew that there was some type of gang association that was very broad, what I'd call more of like a hybrid model. These individuals just really floated around with someone with some type of organized activity.
Officers said the suspects tracked Jones on social media as they believed he had nearly $50,000 in cash and an expensive watch.
Please be careful with what you're putting on social media because you never know who's watching.
Most of the suspects had been out on bond when Jones was killed, a fact that disturbed the victim's mother, Yvonne Jones. She said in a statement, quote, "They should have never been free on bond considering the heinous crimes they have committed. It is within the hopes of our family they never be set free again." A sentiment echoed by law enforcement.
For me, being on the inside, it's a drop in the bucket to the gentlemen and the men and women of the department that have to go out and risk their lives to apprehend these people for a second time.
Sam Stark, KXAN News.
And the investigators said they found multiple pistols, rifles, including an AR-15 and additional magazines when searching the suspects' homes.
A new plan to cut property taxes in Texas is one step closer to reality.
Thank you all. Tax relief is on the way.
This morning, the Texas Senate's Local Government Committee unanimously approved Senate Bill number 4. This bill aims to raise the amount of a home's value that's exempt from taxation to $140,000. Committee approval clears the way for a vote in the full Senate now. Governor Greg Abbott has declared property tax relief an emergency item, making it a priority for lawmakers this legislative session. Well, President Trump faced domestic and international issues today, meeting with King Abdullah of Jordan as the fragile Israeli-Hamas ceasefire hangs in the balance.
And as NBC's Von Hilliard reports, this comes as allies push back on Trump's tariff talks and federal workers take to the streets to protest the fast-moving changes to the government.
President Trump greeting Jordan's King Abdullah to the White House. The visit coming at a crucial time as the Israeli-Hamas ceasefire is on life support.
They either have him out by Saturday at 12 o'clock or all bets are off.
But the president not specifying what will happen if Hamas does not release the 76 hostages. Hamas says it's postponed any release because it says Israel is not complying with the rules of the ceasefire. Caught in the crossfire, Jordan. Today, King Abdullah agreeing to take in 2,000 Palestinian children in poor health for medical care, as Mr. Trump reiterates his plan for the U.S. to take over Gaza.
With the United States being in control of that piece of land, a fairly large piece of land, you can have stability.
Well, the president's call for tariffs on steel and aluminum angering a close ally. Canada's leaders not backing away from the retaliation.
We should be doing more together, not fighting with each other, but Canadians will stand up strongly and firmly if we need to.
Though the import tax could benefit the American steel and aluminum producers, the tariff trickle-down could have an impact on consumers' pocketbook.
We power! They want us to step back. We're here to push back. Yeah!
And here at home, the movement grows against the Trump administration's rapid-fire push to reshape the federal government. The latest target, the agency designed to protect consumers. Its new director ordering all staff to stop work. Critics hoping the courts can slow down the fast-moving changes. Here on Capitol Hill, senators are set to vote on the nomination of Tulsi Gabbard, President Trump's pick to be the next director of national intelligence. The controversial nominee appears as if she will be approved tonight. That vote slated to take place after midnight tonight. In Washington, Vaughn Hilliard, NBC News.
Pedestrian deaths have increased by more than 80% in the past 15 years. That's according to new research from AAA. Data shows that of that rise, almost all of the deaths happened at night on city roads. AAA attributes this trend to an increase in traffic, fewer traffic lights, and multiple lanes. Data also showed most pedestrian deaths happen outside of downtown areas, with more of them occurring more than 4 miles away from city centers. As a driver, you can help by watching your speed, keeping your eyes on the road, and driving extra carefully at night.
One Central Texas Sheriff's Office is stepping into the future and bolstering its investigative work with new drones. The Fayette County Sheriff's Office received $12,000 from the Second Chance Emporium. That money will go toward 2 new high-end drones to help deputies with their cases. Going in depth right now, we told you a couple of months back that the Burnett and BK police departments are both adding drones to their investigative arsenal. Burnett police have 4 drones they use for search and rescue, pursuits, and spotlighting search areas. BK police partnered with Austin startup eVehicles Corporation back in September to bring in autonomous drones. The department says those drones are used as eyes and ears for first responders, and they'll likely respond to a number of calls for things like traffic accidents and wildfires.
I want to go in depth on just how wet it was at the airport today. We had more than 3 inches of rain. It was our wettest day in 1 year and 3 weeks. Back on January 22nd of 2024, we had more than 3.5 inches of rain fall in one day at the airport. Not quite as rainy at Camp Mabry, but still more than an inch of rain gives us a rainfall surplus for the month, and we're not done yet. We'll track more overnight in First Warning Weather.
The countdown is on to the 2026 Winter Olympics in Italy, and the cities of Milan and Cortina are already preparing ahead of the games.
And they are not alone. About 2,900 athletes are also in preparation mode. As NBC's Ahmed Fareed reports, there are some Team USA athletes to watch for in the year ahead.
You might not know the name Ilya Malinin, but trust us, you will. With a nickname like Quad God, he is defying gravity on ice.
This kid is insane.
And looking every bit like a gold medal favorite.
He's just wow. It's just wow, wow, wow.
For Madison Chalk and Evan Bates, their best could be yet to come. After tying the knot in Hawaii over the summer and a pair of ice dance world titles in the last 2 seasons, a golden opportunity awaits in 2026. Just as it does for Jordan Stolz, who made his Olympic debut at 17 in Beijing and has since risen in rank to the fastest man on ice.
What makes him as good as he is at such a young age? I wish we knew.
Becoming the first man to win 3 individual titles at a World Championships in 2023 and repeating the achievement a year later.
Just absolutely phenomenal.
On the halfpipe, Chloe Kim continued her reign in Beijing and then spent some time away from the competition circuit. But she has come back in full force with potential for a golden three-peat.
Wow.
Since collecting 2 more Olympic medals in cross-country skiing, Jessie Diggins has made more milestones on the snow, including the first individual world title for an American in her sport. In bobsled, Alana Myers-Taylor brought her Olympic medal total to 5. She's since added a new addition to the family and another medal at the World Championships.
To be able to show your children that you're going after your dreams means the world to me.
And guess who's back? After 2 Olympics without the NHL, Austin Matthews will lead the Americans against Connor McDavid and Sidney Crosby in Milan. A welcome back for the world's best in men's hockey.
All right, one more year. Okay, back here at home, Chief Meteorologist Nick Bannon with us. What time does everything ramp back up?
Yeah, late evening, say after 9 o'clock or so. I think another round of more widespread rain is going to come back. It's our best chance of rain going forward for the next week, so we'll soak up every drop we can get. It is still raining now in our eastern counties. It's lighter rain than what came through the metro earlier, but rain is rain, and you're getting it in our eastern counties where some of the lowest rainfall totals of the day so far are. We widen out the view. You're wondering, well, where's our next round coming from? Right here. Radar in the U.S. only just starting to pick up on some of that moisture and wet weather coming in from Mexico. But that is going to be where our round of rain comes from that comes through in the evening, late evening and overnight hours. This is 8:30. Between now and then, just spotty showers still. Maybe an isolated storm, but the chances for even that are pretty low. Then we get past 9 o'clock and another more widespread round of showers and storms starts to push back into the area. Especially for the metro and our eastern counties. You may still get some rain in the hill country, but some of you are going to miss out. That's why our rain chances overnight are at 60%, because we think there's going to be about 40% of the area that doesn't get much additional rain. But some stronger thunderstorms are possible with this overnight round, especially southeast of Austin near and just after midnight. And then the wet weather is just about done with the exception of a stray little sprinkle early tomorrow morning. The morning clouds will give way to increasing sun by late morning and midday. And then we're mostly sunny and rather warm here tomorrow afternoon. A big temperature change on the way for tomorrow. What about that severe weather risk here tonight? A low risk, a 1 out of 5 southeast of Austin for Fayette, parts of Bastrop, Caldwell, and southern Lee counties for some marginally gusty winds and a chance for a little bit of small hail. There's also the chance for some localized flash flooding overnight. Generally, that is east of I-35 where we could get some additional downpours that may soak you. How much additional rain on top of what you've already got? Well, most of us west of 35 get a 1/4 inch or less. East of 35, that's where we've got the potential for more, a 1/4 inch to an inch, potentially localized amounts even higher than that in our eastern counties here overnight. So 60% chance of rain overnight. If you're in the metro or eastern counties, the odds are even higher than that. Overnight lows of 49. Yes, it has been a chilly day. That cold front still sitting to our south. Much warmer air south of that. This front's going to lift north tomorrow with that clearing sky, going to push temperatures way up. We're going with 75 here tomorrow. This is going to be a huge difference over a day today that's been spent mostly in the 40s. That low 10% rain chances for early in the morning. But then guess what? A strong cold front comes through again tomorrow evening. And this is how the air is going to feel, dropping from near 80 to feeling like it's below freezing Thursday morning. In some places in the hill country, it will actually be below freezing Thursday morning, but most of us, the air temperature will be above freezing. Still, Thursday is very much a bundle-up day, only feeling like the 20s and 30s in the morning and the 40s in the afternoon. Our roller coaster of temperatures continues. 37 Friday morning, we're up to 56 Valentine's Day afternoon, a mostly cloudy day. Saturday, we're all the way up to 73 with a low rain chance, and then another strong cold front knocks us down into the 50s on Sunday, 60 on Monday, and back to near 70 next Tuesday. And I should mention there may be some patchy freezes Thursday and Friday morning and Sunday and Monday morning.
We'll be right back.
News Nation tomorrow. Bill O'Reilly on Cuomo.
You're on your game tonight, Cuomo, even though you need a tie.
America's favorite sparring duo with TV's liveliest, most honest debate. Tomorrow at 8/7 Central. Then, House Speaker Mike Johnson joins Leland live to talk about what's on Trump's big agenda and the major budget battles ahead. On Balance with Leland Vittert. Tomorrow at 9/8 Central. Cuomo, followed by On Balance with Leland Vittert. Tomorrow starting at 8/7 Central on News Nation.
Suicide remains a leading cause of death in the country. According to the most recent CDC data, adults aged 75 and older experienced some of the highest rates.
And this is a focus for a growing group in Hays and Caldwell counties. KXAN's Avery Travis explains their mission to make sure everyone knows the world is better with you in it.
And before we get to Avery's report, we want to remind you that if you or someone you know is experiencing suicidal thoughts, just reach out. There is help 24 hours a day at the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Just simply dial or text 988.
A small group.
How many people are there at the table?
Trying to make a big impact out in their community.
Just knowing that number, knowing that phone line exists.
Meeting inside a Kyle Senior Living facility.
Hearing somebody going through similar struggles is everything.
Jewel Jenkins founded the Hays Caldwell Suicide Prevention Coalition to help people who are struggling. But she says it's especially important for members of the silent generation.
It's something that a lot of people don't think about for this age group.
Recent data shows a rise in suicides among older adults. The CDC tracked an 8% increase among people 65 and older in 2022. At the same time, suicides declined by more than 8% among younger people, ages 10 to 24. According to the National Council on Aging, while older people represent less than 17% of the U.S. population, they represent 22% of the country's suicides. For the coalition's co-founder, Dr. Kenneth Elliott, it's personal. He lost a family member in their mid-80s to suicide.
There's sometimes a sense of thwarted belonging, like not feeling alone, feeling isolated, that they're a burden to their loved ones or a burden to other people. It's always important to ask what's really going on with them and help them feel connected.
At the Philomena, Director Priscilla Duran says they try to help residents think about dreams and goals they've yet to accomplish.
If you have breath in your lungs, there's still a purpose for you.
Because there's so much more than today. There's tomorrow. There's hope.
Avery Travis, KXAN News.
And the coalition is not only focused on older adults. They meet the last Wednesday of every month, and those meetings are open to anyone who wants to support suicide prevention efforts in our community. Going in depth right now, Caldwell County is one of 246 Texas counties designated as areas lacking mental health professionals. Rural counties such as Caldwell are seeing a dire effect as some regions may only have one or no mental health professionals. A 2023 report by the Health Professions Resource Center shows it isn't necessarily a problem of a decreasing mental health workforce. The mental health profession is growing, but it isn't distributed evenly across the Lone Star State. One local group is working to help seniors fight loneliness with love as Valentine's Day approaches. So Senior Helpers is collecting hundreds of Valentine's Day cards to deliver to their clients through its Dear Senior program. But they do need some help. If you would like to participate, you can send a card addressed Dear Senior or drop it off at Senior Helpers of Austin. If you'd like to learn more details, just head over to our website at KXAN.com and click on this story.
All right, well, everything is all new tonight on KXAN. At 7 o'clock, it's St. Dennis Medical, followed by Night Court at 7:30. Then at 8, it's Deal or No Deal Island, and then The Irrational at 9 o'clock, before we're back with KXAN News at 10.
And you can join us an hour earlier for KXAN News at 9 on the CW Austin. Here's where to find us.